Genesis chapter 37, and we continue in our series, Home Improvement. Genesis chapter 37. And allow me, for brevity's sake, to begin our reading at verse 5. And it's here that we ought to find these words recorded. Now Joseph had a dream, and he told it to his brothers, and they hated him even more. So he said to them, "Please hear this dream which I have dreamed. There we were binding sheaves in the field. Then behold, my sheaf arose, and also stood upright, and indeed your sheaves stood all around and bowed down to my sheaf." And his brother said to him, "Shall you indeed reign over us? Or shall we indeed have dominion over us?" So they hated him even more for his dream, for his words. Then he dreamed still another dream, and told it to his brothers, and said, "Behold, I've dreamed another dream, and this time the sun, the moon, and even the 11 stars bowed down to me." So he told it to his father and his brothers, and his father rebuked him and said to him, "What is this dream that you have dreamed? Shall your mother and I and your brothers indeed come and bow down to the earth before you?" And his brothers envied him, but his father kept the matter in mind. You may be seated. I want to try something risky this morning, but I believe it's in order. I want to talk about remodel the family. As we look at the message, it's not a sentence. It's a statement. In the presentation of this subject, it reads just like it is. Remodel, the family. So therefore it takes us back to our grammar days to identify when and where to use a nation that God had called them to be. But somewhere down the line they were going to need Joseph. But Joseph had to go through to get to. And all I'm suggesting today is that you don't give up. I know the road is rough, and the going gets tough, and the hills are hard to climb. But if you make up in your mind, I'm going through, I don't care what the world is going to do. I made up in my mind, I'm going all the way with Jesus. If I have to go by myself, can I get a witness? Every now and then I look back over my shoulder, and I see folk in the rearview mirror who told me they'll never leave me, who told me they'll never forsake me. But thank God the Lord is true. Can I get a witness? I say he's true to his word, and his word is ever true. The Lord promised he was going to provide for Joseph. And so when Joseph was sharing his dream, Joseph was sharing the fact that I come from an imperfect parent. I have an imperfect peers. I've had an imperfect past. But thank God, my provider is perfect. Is there anybody here who knows that God will make provisions? Does anybody know that God can see not only down the road, but the God I serve can see around the corner? And every now and then, when I don't trust me, I have to trust in thee. And so I said, Lord, lead me, guide me every step of the way. Because if you lead me, I shall not stray. Is there anybody here who don't mind following the Lord? Is there anybody here who don't mind asking the Lord, take me by my hand and let me stand? Because every now and then I get weak along the way. Every now and then I feel like giving up. Every now and then I feel like giving out. But if you hold on, I said if you hold on, hey, if you hold on to God's unchanging hand, everything will be all right. Is there anybody here who ever had to try him? I said, have you tried him? Have you tried him? Is he all right? I said, ain't he all right? Ain't he all right? Ain't he all right? Yes, he's all right. You see, he's the promoter of my dream. And so Joseph knew that he didn't have to promote his own dream. God was promoting his dream. All he had to do was dream his dream. And God was doing the promotion. He didn't know about all of this commotion, but he knew about his promoter. And so he just trusted God that everything was going to be all right. And sometimes to your destiny, you got to go through some stuff. I said sometime to the end, you got to go through some stuff. Before you get to the finish line, you got to go past the 40-yard line. Before you get to the finish line, you got to go past the 100-yard line. Before you go to the finish line, you got to get past the starting line. But sometimes getting past the starting line, the enemies are in your way. There's some folk trying to block your path. But is there anybody here knows that God is able to pick you up, turn you around, place your feet on solid ground? Won't he do it? I said, won't he do it? Won't he do it? Have you tried him? Is he all right? Yeah. I said, I know he's all right. I got to leave you this morning. But the Joseph in our text is like the Jesus of our time. He was given to be sacrificed. Oh, yes, he had to go down in order to be raised up. They put him down. They scandalized his name. They lied on him. They scandalized his name. They ostracized him. They scandalized his name. But one glad morning, I said one glad morning, when time was in time, when time was about time, when they needed somebody to be their advocate, sitting on the right hand of the Egyptian king, there sat Joseph like Jesus at the right hand of the Father. And one glad morning, I don't know who you are, but you're going to need him, and the man is all right. Is there anybody here don't mind testifying? I know he's all right. I know he's all right. I know he's all right. How do you know he's all right? He died. He died. He died. But he got up. Didn't he get up? And he went on to glory. And one glad morning, he's coming back again. Tell somebody, he's coming back again. He's coming back again. And I'm going to be in that number. Yeah. 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 I'm glad. I said, I'm so glad. I'm so glad Jesus lifted me when nothing else would help. I said, Jesus reached down. Jesus reached all the way down. And he picked me up. Yeah. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Yeah. 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 Yes, he will.